You are watching SHOUTcraft, your esports gateway drug, with myself, Total Biscuit. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to SHOUTcraft. My name is Total Biscuit, bringing you a Zerg vs Zerg mirror match between Randy in the red trunks at the top left of the screen and Star in the blue trunks at the bottom right. This was a match as part of the British and Irish Open Series, one that I did not get to spectate, sadly, so I'm going to do it right now for the first time. I've been assured that it is somewhat fantastic. We'll skip a little bit here just because there is very little diversity early on with the Zerg, and as you can quite clearly see, not an awful lot happening. Overlords on both sides. Are we at 14 supply yet? No, we are certainly not, so no pool to be expected as of yet. There we go, Overlords up, and the drones continue to build. Should see a pool fairly soon for Star, sitting on 13 supply at the moment. He'll get that out fairly soon. Randy on 15, not bothering with a pool as of yet. That would indicate that he's going to try something else, perhaps a very early expansion. A little bit risky move, but this is the map to do it when you consider. 14 supply pool going up there for Star, as to be expected. There's that drone, off it goes, and that is absolutely the very, very fast expansion for the Zerg player. Now, of course, that does leave him open to a variety of unpleasant attacks. This is a rather large map, so it's pretty good for risking a fast expansion, simply because right now, you see neither of our competitors has successfully scouted the other. So we're going to be in a situation where Randy's got to risk that and hope that his opponent doesn't manage to scout him early on. If he does, it could end in some serious pain. Pool's up right now, and no military forces of any description for Randy. He started off his spawning pool. It's going to take a little bit longer to get up there. In the meantime, no successful scouting on either front. Randy's checked out the first most obvious place, found nothing whatsoever. Overlord heading to the center now as well, and Star hasn't found anything either. That said, that's eliminating the possibilities, and I would imagine they're thinking right now, yes, they're probably at opposite ends of the map. That would make sense. A couple of Zerglings coming out for Star, and that natural expansion still working its way in. Very early metabolic boost as well, going for speedlings very quickly indeed. Trying to chase down that drone right there. That's going to happen. Eaten by the Zerglings. Zerglings now pushing their way in. Considering the angle of that drone, he has to know where his opponent is now, and he's heading there right now. You can see he is going to be able to hit that, and he's got a spine crawler coming up. That's not going to come up quick enough by the looks of it. You see on the minimap, there come the Zerglings already, pushing their way in. And early Baneling nest coming up for Star as well, going along the lines of metabolic boost and the Banelings. That'll be very nice against a Zergling heavy force by Randy, so we'll see what Randy can do with that. In the meantime, we've got an engagement, roughly equal numbers of Zerglings moving in and out, going to be a little bit micro-intensive, but reinforcements streaming in across the map, indeed for both sides, as you can see down the production tab. Randy's got 6 coming out, now another 4, and Queen coming as well. Got a little bit of an engagement right here, pound for pound, of course, on the Zerglings, chasing off Star's force of Zerglings, but there will be reinforcements coming, no doubt, in the not-too-distant future, and of course, once that metabolic boost comes up, he's going to be in a lot of trouble. Chasing them across the map now, and I don't really think he realizes the peril he's going to be in. Once that metabolic boost comes up and the reinforcements start streaming over, all those Zerglings are going to get nailed down to the ground. Identical production right now, but metabolic boost almost up there for Star. Star chasing them back off. Where's that boost? It's going to be there very shortly indeed. Do we have it? Do we have it? Yes, we do, and there we go. Speedlings will now be able to nail down the Zerglings at the rear, and he has a momentary advantage. Also got that Baneling nest up. Single Baneling being built there for Star. Now, the question is, does he have enough to defend it? He's got 1 Queen, he's got a bunch of Zerglings in they swarm, and the Queen's going to be able to take a toll, but right now, focusing on the Queen. Queen's very low health, driving them away, and Star deciding, no, we're going to go for the base at this point in time. Let's have a look at the minimal line, swarming in there as well. He doesn't really have enough to do massive amounts of damage, able to take down 1 drone, backing it away right there. Now, where is that Baneling? Baneling coming in and heading its way in for, well, effectively nothing. Oh, very nice. A couple of Zerglings taken out there. 4 or 5 indeed. And the Queen backing off, once again nailing down the final one. And a very unpleasant early engagement for both. Very nice indeed. Right, okay, let's have a look at the situation right now. Star with the military advantage. He's got the Banelings, but the economic advantage shortly will be in the hands of Randy, assuming he can actually get any drones up there without them being nailed down by Banelings and swarming Speedlings. The Baneling nest now coming up for Randy as well, and metabolic boost should be shortly there for completion, so we'll be about equal, and it's going to come down to economy, at least at this early stage of the game. Star swarming in those Speedlings once again. Big Lion, he's now got Speedlings as well, so Randy able to push them away quite quickly, defending his Queen there with a rather large number of them. We've got Banelings being produced and swarming in once again. Star deciding definitely not worth the hassle. Off he goes. We'll have a look at the unit count right now. Let's see what we're up against. What we've got is 17 Zerglings on Randy's side, along with the Queen. And we've got 15 Zerglings and a Baneling up for Star. Single Baneling right there. And he's merging a number of Banelings up right now. The question is he going to be able to land them? And is Randy going to let him? He doesn't have the speed for it right now. He's going to have to lock down Randy's forces in some way and then catch him off guard with Banelings. Right now, that's not going to happen. Those Speedlings will get away very quickly. Indeed, the Queen, I would imagine, will be able to outrun him on creep as well. In come the Speedlings once again. A couple of Banelings backing it off. There's the Swarm. A lot of damage done there. Big bang there. Banelings annihilating each other. It is massive casualties one way or the other. Oh, not good at all for Star right there. Very nicely done. And Banelings coming in. And once again, equality of units. Swarming in once again. And there we go. Oh, it's brutality, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. Hatchery are now up for Star. Quite slow in terms of building that one. We'll have a look at the income right now. Advantage in the hands of Star at the moment, simply due to number of the harvesters. Randy not able to build anything. He's just got to keep throwing out those units just to stay alive. Banelings making their way across the map, waddle as they go. Oh, that's an awful lot of them. Oh dear, mutually assured destruction. Star managing to deal with those Banelings and now bringing in his own. He's got 4 backed up by a swarm of Zerglings. There we go once again. More Banelings, very messy. Oh dear lord. It's not pleasant at all. Doesn't want to get hit by those, trying to avoid them as much as he can. He gets caught by them anyway. Minimal damage done, and the Queen annihilated as well. Now swarming away, trying to get rid of that single Zergling that just will not die. He's heading his way into the minimal line. It's not going to happen. No way at all. Neither of these guys wants to let the other gain economic advantage, and indeed neither of them are right now. Very slightly ahead, but he's sending in yet more of those Zerglings going all the way down. Not even bothering with the Banelings right now. He's going to swarm his way into the minimal line. That's what he's going to do. He's going to kill the drones as well. There's one drone down, swarming away from the others, and being pushed away by the Queen as well. Now Speedlings chasing them all the way across the map, deciding not to bother. I wonder when that creep actually meets in the middle, what exactly is going to happen. We're going to have a hyper Zerglings all over the place. Let's have a look at production, see what's going on. Still on the military right now. Randy not even bothering with any economy whatsoever. He needs to repulse at this point in time. Star, on the other hand, upgrading to a lair. So that's going to change things around a bit. That's going to be a little bit of a situation alterer, if you want to call it that. And I don't see why you would, because it's awkward. And there we go. There's Star. He's deciding not to bother. Additional Banelings coming up right here. He's going to hold them off. And roughly equal forces. More Banelings on the side of Randy at the moment. We'll see if he's able to do anything with that. Really going heavy on it. Banelings moving in right there. Star swarming in after them. Doesn't want to go anywhere near them. Can't really blame him. Trying to micro around and at least try and kill one of them. Just split off, peel off those Zerglings and lose as few as humanly possible. Not even bothering with the other one, even though it's heading straight for the minimal line and it doesn't detonate. It only takes out one Zergling. Big force of Zerglings moving in once again for Star, and it's going to run straight into a line of those Banelings. Not going to happen. To be honest, those hooks need to be the hook upgrade, the movement upgrade for the Banelings needs to be researched. That's going to be a big game changer if it indeed happens. Have a look at production size right now. It's still roughly equal, and that's a very unpleasant Baneling hit once again. Randy going in for Star, and Randy with the swarm of Zerglings. He's got the numbers. He's able to batter his way through not one, but 2 squads. Moving in now on the Queen, swarming around. The Queen's going to go down incredibly fast. Banelings once again. Very unpleasant. Big damage done, and he's decided, no, let's just go for the main base instead. Who wants to hang around? And I wouldn't either. And in he goes once again, skirmishing with Star as he goes, and forcing his way into the minimal line. He wants to do the economic damage. He's going to manage it. No, he isn't. He's chasing it away right now. This is ridiculous. And here we go. Taken down once again by the defense of the Zerglings. Bailey's just detonating one way or the other. Detonating on the Queen right there. Not doing a particularly good job. They're not even bothering with the economy right now. I mean, look at it. So much damage done to the minimal line right there. Able to peel away a bunch of trolls. More Banelings. Very messy indeed. And the Harvester's now been driven away once again by the aggression of Randy. Very good indeed. Those Zerglings now in the minimal line, destroying it utterly. Additional reinforcements from Star moving in there to try and chase away those marauding Zerglings, and that's exactly what's happening. Star going back once again with the aggression. This is ridiculous. This is all going to be decided on Tech 1 by the looks of it. Still barely any Harvesters. 20 versus 19. Barely any income coming in whatsoever. There go the Zerglings swarming under the drones, and once again, detonation in the background there. Now, he doesn't have all that many units. Banelings detonating, and to be honest, a little bit of a waste at this point in time. I would honestly expect to see some unit diversity sooner rather than later. But to be honest, neither of these guys wants to give up. Just now, getting up that refinery, building up a spire right now. Have a look at production, see where the tech diversity is going to be. Now, both of those expansions seem fairly secure at the moment. Now, Star's got the tech advantage. He's able to push into the Spire. This is getting very silly indeed. Still no upgrade for Randy, relying purely on those Tech 1 units. Now, the Spire, of course, will end it, assuming he's able to get anything sorted out with it. At this point in time, I'd be very surprised if he could afford anything with the current situation. Baneling detonating and a little bit of a waste once again. Swarming in there once again. There we go. And pushed away by the Spine Crawler, killing a single one. He wants to try and get those Banelings to detonate, and it's not going to happen. Randy isn't that foolish. At the moment right now, he's able to hold them off. Big swarm of Zerglings heading back to defend the base as a couple of Mutalisks are coming out. And this is, again, going to be a game changer. We're going to have to see tech coming in from Randy to do anything about that. Either that or just pump Queens, or maybe even get some Spore Crawlers to do the job. Now in comes a swarm of Zerglings once again, moving their way across the map for Randy. He's going to force them into the middle of the line again. We'll have a look at the income right now. Roughly equal. Barely any. Splitting off that one Baneling there and doing very little damage. Oh, lots of Banelings defending the middle line. Doesn't want to be anywhere near that, as you can quite clearly see. Now, there's the Mutalisks. Now, are we going to see any kind of diversity here from the technology of Randy? He's going to have to do it. He doesn't really have a choice in the matter. Those Mutalisks are going to do big damage. Admittedly, they will be repulsed by the Queen. He doesn't have an awful lot of them. Now going in, and now taking fire from the Queen once again. They're not going to be able to do all that much. Big force of Banelings moving across the map. We can safely assume that the Mutalisks are going to be taken down by that Queen. That's what's going to be happening right now. In come those Banelings, so many of them. Big detonation there. Star forced back, peeling off the Banelings into the mineral line. Mineral line is absolutely toast. And a huge detonation for the Banelings right there. Very good indeed. Randy with the little bit of an advantage right now, able to repulse the Mutalisks without too much of a problem. Now, right now, he's still going to do something about it. That's what he's doing. He's going Spore Crawler. Still not bothering going past Tech 1 at this point in time. Hoping to win it on the benefit of his Tech 1 units alone. Forcing his way into his base, dealing very nicely there with that one Queen. Very good indeed, swarming his way into the middle line, and now there's a single Mutalist trying to take them out, but he doesn't have enough right now. Big damage done, and Star able to spawn a number of Zerglings once again, forcing them off. This is quite frankly ridiculous. I've never seen anything like it. Just all of this battle decided right now on such low technology. Star trying to get the tech advantage, but he's not able to get his economy running to a sufficient degree to actually get out enough Mutalisks to end it. Right now, Star's got enough Mutalisks maybe to take out a few Overlords, do a little bit of damage to the ground forces, but certainly not to end the game. And indeed, thus far, we've seen him being repulsed by the Queen. Right now, he's trying to deny supply to his opponent, and he's doing so fairly well. Randy's gonna be crippled right now. Overlord down for Randy. Let's check supply. You can see he's down to 28. He's not able to build anything else right now. Now, it looks like Star might be able to get the advantage if he's able to press it. The question is he going to be able to? Let's have a look at the income. Right now, roughly equal once again. Still low harvesters. He's moving in right now, I would imagine, at least sooner rather than later, to do a little bit of damage. Not seeing anything on the Mutalisk front. He's moving forward there. Let's have a look at the unit count. Let's see what's going on with it. We can see he's got 4 Mutalisks. It's not really enough, especially against Spore Crawlers with Queens as well. He's now got 3 Queens at his expansion. That's more than enough to repulse. If he's able to get the Mutalisks out of the way and able to do damage to the main base, then he might be effective. But right now, not really seeing anything whatsoever. Sending in a single Zergling just to harass, just for the hell of it. Trying to pull off as much of his economy as possible with a bare minimum of investment. Now, Randy's got a fairly good fortress right there. Mutalisks moving in on the mineral line, doing some damage. Not able to even take down a single drone. Repulsed by Queens and a Spore Crawler. Now, Star's going to need an awful lot more of those if he plans on doing anything. Now backing them up with a few Banelings as well as some Speedlings, which are now moving in once again, swarming their way in. They're going to take big damage from the Spine Crawler, but it's not enough right now. Randy moving in with the Banelings. Detonation. There goes a big force going there for Star. Taken out by Randy's Banelings and able to repulse once again the flight of those Mutalisks. Moving in again. He's getting so aggressive. And the Spore Crawler opening fire on the Mutalisks. Not really quick enough to come in with the Banelings. Without the centrifugal hook upgrade, he's not able to do an awful lot. Big detonation of the Banelings, big waste of the Banelings. Only a few Zerglings taken out right there. Big, very expensive move. And Star going in for the middle line. There we go. It could have been better, to be honest. He's managed to move most of them away and able to take it down very nicely there with the use of the Spine Crawler. Minimal damage done by the Banelings. This is quite frankly silly. Now Randy's going down the same line at this point in time. Very nice indeed. He's going to go for the Mutalisks as well, and once again, we're going to have a match in terms of technology. Good lord, this is exceptionally tiring on the throat. I need a quick drink, ladies and gentlemen. Oh god. This match is non-stop shouting. Okay. Situation right now, roughly equal. Once again, Randy with the speedlings. That's ridiculous. Roughly equal in terms of economy. Roughly equal in terms of technology. Randy's slightly behind it now, pushing forward with 3 queens for God knows what reason. Putting them in the line there, I assume he's going to use them to block off the banelings. Banelings do very little damage to queens, so they'll be able to effectively take them out. Now backed up by banelings as well. Surprised not to see any burrowing baneling traps, to be honest. But then again, looking at the skill level of Star and Randy, I'd imagine they would both be well prepared for that kind of scenario. Moving in now with 4 banelings, he's going to go for the mineral line. It's going to be fairly effective by the looks of it. Is he going to be able to get his drones out of the way? There we go! This is... Oh! Nasty brutality there! Very good detonation. The entire mineral line almost wiped out to a man. Now engaging with the speedlings right now. Star got the slight numbers advantage. He's going to be able to drive him away. Upgrades-wise, let's have a look at it. Right, Star's got a ground carapace upgrade. That's definitely going to make the difference. Let's go and have a look at Randy. Now moving in with the Zerglings once... Sorry, the Mutalisks now once again. And the Zerglings backing them up. And swarming in and the middle line once again. Now, the Queens don't really have the firepower to take out both. They're going to have to focus. And one of the Mutalisks down. Indeed, most of the Mutalisks down. Very nicely done there with the Queens and Spore Crawler. Spore Crawler has been eliminated. Now swarming in on the Queens once again. Not an awful lot done. Oh, Lord, this is crazy. Right, upgrade-wise, like I say, a slight advantage in terms of Star. He's got the Carapace upgrade. Mutalisk coming out for both right now. 8 being pumped by Star and 6 by Randy. Star swarming his way to the middle line once again. Big damage done and no defense on the main base. Evidently caught completely out of position. Big damage done and slaughter by the drones. Very nasty indeed. Now moving in once again. Now taking fire from the Mutalist. Those guys are effectively toast. He wants to do as much damage as he can. Maybe spawn some Banelings if he can get the chance. He doesn't really have the chance, however. Pushing them away once again. And now caught by the Mutalisk in the back. And a nasty force of Queens. Wiped out to a man by looks of it. Doing as much as he can to do damage to his opponent's economy. Good Lord. Okay, once again, let's go and have a look at production. Lots of Mutalisks coming down. Let's have a look at the size of the army. And Mutalisk-wise, slight advantage in terms of Star. Big flight of Mutalisks now. Indeed, Randy returning the favor to Star, taking out not 1 but 2 Overlords. Very nice indeed. Now swarming for the 3rd. That's going to cause some supply problems for his opponent. At this point in time, Star does have the supply advantage, but that's not going to stay long if those Mutalisks keep flying and doing so much damage to the supply chain of his opponent. Now, it looks like Star's finally decided that he wants to change things up a bit and stop playing on this low economic level. But he's going to regret it because in comes that flight of Mutalisks, doing huge damage. Meet in the middle right there. Bit of a dogfight going on right here. Chasing those Mutalisks away. Slight numbers advantage for Star. Star does not want to let those guys get away, but he's not going to have the opportunity to do otherwise. Now moving across there, and he's going to take fire from the Queens if he wants to push it. He knows it. He doesn't want it. He's pushing away. He's going for the mineral line, and now being forced to get away once again. This is absurd. What can I say? Equal engagement, going in, going out, micromanaging as much as humanly possible. Advantage still in the favor of Star. Moving out of the way of the Queens. Queens able to get a couple of attacks on, and Spore Crawler now in play. That's going to make a bit of a difference. Doing damage to the Vespine Extractor. Almost able to take it round, wheeling his way around. His double transfusion done there to bring it back up. Now taking fire once again for the Spawn Crawlers. Mutalisks moving in once again. And it is just an equal dogfight as far as I'm concerned. Queen taken down with a focus fire. Second Queen still able to bring it. And at the moment, still Star's got the numerical advantage, but not for long at this point in time. Vespine has been finally taken out. Rather expensive investment for Star at this point in time. Being driven away once again. Let's go and have a look at production and see what's going on right now. Big damage was done at the middle line by Star, or at least 2 Star right there. Star has an expansion there as well. And if he's able to maintain it, he can get the economic advantage over his opponent, Randy. Randy is not looking at any other tech right now. Production-wise, investing what he can in drones to replace what he's lost. And that flight of Mutalisks, just hoping to end the supplies. And flight of Mutalisks moving in there from Star once again. And is he going to be able to get in there? That's the question. Looks like he's going for the main base. That's a fairly sensible bet. No, decided against it. He's going to be able to bring himself around. I wouldn't attack the middle line from there. It's an unpleasant prospect. He can lose quite a few. Those Mutalisks going in once again for that middle line, annihilating it on the expansion. Now engagement moving in by both. Numerical advantage for Star. Star able to inflict several casualties and pushing them away once again back to that expansion. Now, this is where Randy wants to engage him. He has the anti-air support. He can certainly do the damage, but Star has the numbers right now, and most of those guys are on full health. Now pushing his way in, and massive focus fire brought down to the Queen. Queen able to really not repulse any of that, to be honest. Now he's able to gut the supply. That's unpleasant. Randy is regretting the placement of those right now. 2 overlords brought down, and it's just an absolute scrimmage. It's a complete mess at this point in time. I'll tell you what's happening when it's over. Good lord, Star able to just eke out there. He's able to keep up quite a few, and Randy gives it up. That's it. The end of this absolutely absurd Zerg versus Zerg match. Good lord. Please can I fall over now? Wow, unbelievable. Well, what do you really say after a match like that? Absolutely absurd play from both sides. Very nice use of Tech 1 by Randy, able to push it up until the limit, to be honest. When his opponent was breaking out the Mutalisks, he was able to repulse at least the first few waves, but the economic advantage gradually eked into the realm of Star, and he was able to overwhelm the defenses of Randy simply using a massive ball of Mutalisks, and I don't really blame him. It was a fantastic approach. What could Randy have done differently? Well, obviously he could have teched a little bit earlier, but to be honest, it did come down to economy at the end of it. And I think the damage to the supply chain as well really did not help matters. Star was able to assassinate, effectively, a bunch of overlords, bring down the supply of his opponent, and stop him from building any more units, which did, to be honest, cripple him for quite some time. At which point, of course, unit number superiority was firmly in favor of Star, and in he went with the Mutalisks and finished it off. Very nicely played indeed from both sides. Probably the best Zerg versus Zerg I've ever seen. So, hey, let's hope to see an awful lot more, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you to Randy, thank you to Star, and my name has been Total Biscuit. I shall see you next time.